Hello and welcome to Carlisle. By the end of today, the Tour of Britain will be half complete. We've had 3 different leaders in 3 days. Orica GreenEDGE's Leigh Howard, the latest man to wear the gold leaders jersey. Today though, it's all up for grabs again.
Jedburgh was bathed in sunshine as stage 3 got underway. Sky with something to put right after the misadventure of the previous day. There was an early opportunity too. A sprint after 10k saw Rowe claw back a second over boy Van Poppel. The breakaway formed and it was all about Christian Haas, taking out one of the 3 Skoda King of the Mountains and placing highly in the rest, enough to see him regain the lead in that competition. As the breakaway fell away in the final kilometres, it was Garmin's Vanmarcke who animated the race, teaming up with Wesley Crader and forcing the bunch, led by Bradley Wiggins, to respond. It came back, and this time, Mark Cavendish made no mistake.
Here comes Mark Cavendish, the Manx Express in the World Champs jersey. This is Cavendish at his best. Up to the line, the victory salute. Mark Cavendish takes the stage here.
Howard edges Mark Cavendish for the overall on count back. That's the higher average placing. Boy Van Poppel drops back to 3rd at 4 seconds on the same time as Rowe. Ross Downing's at 12 seconds and Garmin's Vanmarcke is in 9th place at 16 seconds.
Well, that stage win into Dumfries wasn't the end of the day for Mark Cavendish. His duties extended way beyond that, didn't they, Matt? He and Bradley Wiggins had to go for a pub dinner at the Strickland Arms near Penrith. What was that all about?
Well, I believe it was something to do with the competition that the pub had won, and obviously the Sky Bus rolled up, and it was as if One Direction had landed in the Lake District with the crowds they had. It was absolutely phenomenal. I saw some footage on the internet. Quite incredible.
One Direction. I'm not totally convinced Bradley Wiggins will be happy with that. He's more of a jam man, isn't he?
I guess so.
Yeah, but let's bring it up to date. One Direction, why not? It wasn't just Mark Cavendish's stage win yesterday that I liked. What really interested me was the first GC move, or at least attempted move of the day, when Vanmarcke went off the front of the bunch and tried to win the stage.
Definitely, it was a really, really significant move. You had the 4 escapees that were just floating out the front. He jumped across. What you've got to bear in mind, the bunch were bearing down at approximately 50 k's an hour in the finale to try and tee it up for Mark. And again, Vanmarcke, nobody could give him a turn on the run-in. The gap just was holding it 5 to 10 seconds, so they got Bradley on the front to bring it back. I think that just showed that Sky were worried about Vanmarcke, and I think we'll see him again attacking on the difficult stages on the run into the finish.
He's not perhaps a household name in cycling, but within cycling he's got real credentials, hasn't he? I mean, just this year he won a very famous race in Belgium, Omloop Het Nieuwsblad.
Yeah, beating none other than Tom Boone into 2nd place. I mean, the really gritty, difficult, cold conditions suit the Belgian guys, so I think he'll revel in the next few stages coming up, definitely. We'll see him to the fore.
So we'll see some more of him and attacks like that over the next few days?
I'm sure. I think what we'll see now is the main GC guys coming out to play. We've had a few days for the sprinters. Today might be a sprinters day as well, but I think the next few stages we're going to see some fireworks.
OK, well, one of the teams who's already worn the gold leaders jersey and probably want to get it back again is UnitedHealthcare, and amongst their number they've got some very interesting individuals indeed.
The Curaçao National Championship jersey. There can't be too many professional riders in Curaçao, am I right?
No, that's right. There are a lot of riders, but I'm the only professional one.
Curaçao, it's a far cry from the weather we're having here. How are you coping with it?
Yeah, I'm having a hard time over here. I live in Spain when I'm racing in Europe, so the weather over there is pretty alright as well. So it's a bit cold for me over here, but I grew up in the Netherlands, so kind of used to this kind of weather.
Tell us about that accident back in 2007. That was a serious one, wasn't it? You were in a coma for a while, is that right?
Yeah, sure. I was stressed in the Alps, and I remember not so much about that, but I was still in a coma for 11 days, and I wake up and my life was difficult. So after 2010, I stopped again for 1 year in cycling, and then I was a speed skater in the ice, and yes, in Holland is famous, and I was good for that. But cycling is my life, and my head is good, my body is good. So in Portugal last month I won the stage there, and the condition is good. So I will see for this week.